Guys, you are awesome. Thanks for coming to our YouTube channel and our videos. I got some coolness for you today. Here I am with Scott. How's it going, man?
Going good.
Thanks for having us out.
Yeah, welcome.
He is with the Texas Worm Ranch here in Dallas, Texas. So we actually came here to get our own worms for our own worm farm. And we came here and it was like, we had to put this on video. So Scott, would you take us kind of through the tour of the Texas Worm Ranch?
Right. So it's kind of hard to imagine what a worm ranch would look like, but this is it. So all the beds you see here have worms in it, are in some state of decomposition and are turning things that would go up to the waste into gardening gold.
For people who don't know, there's a lot of organic material that worms eat.
Correct.
So there's maybe some things that they should or should not eat, but could you take us maybe into the area here on the Texas Worm Ranch of where y'all get the base material, like how do you get it, and then like we'll kind of progress forward from there.
Okay.
Cool. Let's go ahead on. As you can see, we're in the hot, harsh summer sun of Texas. One of the reasons that they do their operation indoors. But the raw material, while you took us out here, Scott, where does this come from and what is it?
So we get a lot of leaves dropped off from some lawn companies, people that collect and want to get rid of the debris but don't want it to go out to the landfill. So we take bag leaves, we get a lot of pumpkins and watermelon fruit, food waste in the fall, things coming out of summer. And we convert that into a carbon-rich source material for our worms to live in.
It's basically woody material from wood chips and leaves that you get free. So your inputs are kind of free.
Right. As long as it's coming to us, absolutely.
So this is the raw material. What happens next?
Right. So it's going to come inside to the warehouse and go into our worm beds.
Sweet.
Right. So the materials come in, we put it into the beds, and then we're going to add our worm-rich inoculated raw material on top. So we use a layering style so that we're creating a cool compost process, nothing hot. So we've built up a carbon-rich base layer, a worm-rich raw layer, and then we're going to start adding food onto that and capping that off with another carbon layer.
And you wouldn't want to use a hot material because?
That could affect the worms, potentially kill them. So if it heats up after it comes in, the worms are going to be unhappy. They're going to have trouble reproducing and just converting material into viable waste.
What happens after this?
So once the material has gone through an 8-week cycle of water and feeding and keeping everything happy for the worms, we bring over one of our sifting machines. This particular machine is a vibrating sifter, so there's a mesh screen that lets all the finer particles fall through. I'm just going to demonstrate that. So through this, the finer material is going to fall through and we catch that in our totes that are pretty easy to handle. And then the raw material is going to end up back on beds to continue working, continue breaking down until it finally ends up falling through the machine.
So this isn't obviously something that you'd buy off the shelf. You guys made this
Correct.
for a special application.
And it fits around these aisles and we can get it to all the corners of the warehouse that we need it to.
Oh, that's awesome, man. So boom, what happens next?
Right, so that sifted product comes over to our secondary sifter, which is a tumbling machine.
We have to just watch you do this real quick. How does this work here?
Right. So this is a rotating drum machine that's slightly angled so that material goes in one side, is refined, all the smaller stuff is caught by this blue tarp, and then the larger stuff is going to be protected, focused, and then directed into this small green tote here. It's much further refined than where we started.
Oh, it's like brown gold.
So soft and fluffy. Love it.
This is beautiful. Beautiful. Thanks so much for having us come through. That's super rad, dude. You rock. Air guitar? They sell in bulk their worm castings. You can, the bulk, like the smallest I think is £1. So come get ready to get inoculated with worms. And they also have their own probiotic they call worm wine here. So that's really awesome. Again, man, thanks a lot. You guys make sure to check out texaswormranch.com. Email is the preferred method of communication. So this is what's awesome about permaculture. We've been all over. We have a school, the School of Permaculture, and it goes to show you, you never stop learning. We teach about worm farms, worm bins, and different ways to do it. And here in Dallas, Texas, Heather Rinaldi and Scott are doing something amazing at the Texas Worm Ranch. They are making fungal-dominated worm castings. It's super amazing. The more you know, you realize the more you don't know. These guys are doing amazing here. You'll never be an expert in permaculture. The learning curve is consistent. You guys are amazing. Do make sure to check out schoolofpermaculture.com. Do subscribe. We have very unique things happening only for subscribers. Like us on Facebook and also subscribe to our YouTube channel, and come take a course from us online or in person. We'll help you find a consultant as well, and come do aid work where we'll go all over the globe helping people. So we love you guys. You're awesome. You rock, and we'll see you next time.